Hello, everybody. This is Zero to Hero, where everyday Canadians are getting ahead with real estate. This is the show where we dive into the success stories of several real world investors. We dive into the strategies that help take their business to the next level. You get to know the who, learn the how to get what you need to succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daniel Blagrove, and today I am with the awesome, the amazing, the one who has done the mission impossible, Tom Dela Cruz. Let me tell you about him real quick. He is a family man of three. He is a licensed engineer in the province of Ontario. He is also an immigrant that came to Canada back in September 2011 from the Philippines. And he also is a real estate investor who recently quit the full-time gig to go full-time with real estate. Tom, it is my honor to have you on. How are you doing today?
Hey, Daniel, I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
No, you're right where you need to be, man. I'm so excited to have you on. I believe that your experiences and the things that you've done up until this point are going to bring a lot of value to those who want to do exactly what you've done, because you've accomplished a great feat that not many Canadians could say that they've done. In meaning that you have been able to create enough income for yourself that you no longer need to depend on another employer to pay you, because you can be able to pay yourself by the skills you've developed and the transactions you've been able to create in the marketplace, and thus put your family in a position to create more freedom. So first of all, from me to you, I want to say congratulations. That is phenomenal. And so as we get into this, I'm just going to shoot some questions your way and you can knock them down. Is that all good with you?
Right. Yeah, let's dive into it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So let's start from the beginning real quick. All right. Talk to me about how you got your start in real estate.
Okay, so Daniel, I never thought that real estate is a thing. Pre-pandemic situation, one of my goal is to cover and travel the 50 states of United States before I completely close my eyes forever. It's kind of weird, but traveling is my passion. So me and my family have already covered the eastern and southeastern part, like from Pennsylvania to North Carolina down to Florida. Then COVID hit the world. So yeah, we got stuck within the four corners of our house with only Netflix and YouTube on site. I came across a YouTube podcast of Matt McKeever with the Humble CEO as his guest. And they sent an invitation for a free weekend mastermind sometimes in April of last year. So I attended that 2 days weekend mastermind, and from then on I got hooked and never looked back.
And that's amazing. It's so cool to be able to see that this really can happen to anybody, because the truth is you were in a situation where, first of all, you were doing what you love, which is traveling. And then, of course, just like you mentioned, the pandemic hit the world and it kind of shut everything down. And so we were left to make a decision with what are we going to do with our time? And I think you made a really wise decision to use your time in such a way that would help your future, and your future self would thank you for it. So I know that one of the things that you've done as a result was to implement a number of real estate strategies. You weren't just doing one, you were doing multiple strategies. But I think one in particular I wanted to highlight is wholesaling, because you have been able to do that actually really successfully. And I kind of wanted to ask you, out of all the strategies, I know you did multiple, but with wholesaling in particular, why did you choose that? Why did you choose that strategy? And why do you think you were so successful with that?
Yeah, that's right, Daniel. I got multiple strategies. I do buy and holds, I do wholesaling, and sometimes I do lending. But wholesaling is for me the most lucrative one. I started wholesaling when Cash Flow Tribe conducted trainings about it, and I got interested in it. I saw some people making like $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 per deal. So I said, this is a good business. So I started to learn the ins and outs of wholesaling. I started from negotiating with the seller, preparing the agreement of purchase and sale, and disposing it to the end buyers. And true enough, I found wholesaling exciting and a great business to be in. It's so lucrative and quick money, and it's fun. It's fun, really fun.
No, that's amazing. I think you make a great point. It is it is something that definitely can accelerate your level of income if you do it consistently. And you're definitely someone who has been able to do it. And I think one key thing you mentioned is that you enjoyed it, right? Many people like to see the money, but when it comes down to the work, if you're not going to enjoy it, it's going to be an uphill battle for you. And I find that you got to do what works for you. You got to learn, you got to lean on your strengths and what you do well, coupled with what you like, and you'll put yourself in a position to succeed. And I believe that's exactly what you've done. Now, tell me about your first deal. What was that like? And if you don't mind, can you share the numbers with us?
Yeah, sure. Okay, my first wholesale deal was with one of the cash flow tribe member also. And the property is located in Timmins, like 6 hours north of Berry, where I live. What happened was I tried reaching out to realtors in Timmins, trying to find the property that I kept. So the one realtor called me and said he knew one friend who wanted to sell the property through MLS. So I told him, hold on, before you put it in MLS, let me have the first crack on it. So he sent me the details and I plugged the numbers and it looked good. But before I prepared the offer, I attended a training session at Cashflow Tribe. And I got connected with a member who is located in BC, in British Columbia. She said she wanted to invest her money, but housing in BC is too expensive. And I told her, okay, I'm working on a deal in Timmins, and if the offer got accepted, I will give it to you. So I prepared the offer, and at this time, I put an assignment clause for flipping the contract to her. My offer was accepted by the seller, yoo-hoo, and I sent the details to her. She liked it and she bought it. Now she's getting the rent of that property, and she didn't even saw the property in person. She has not been to Ontario, and I just facilitated everything for her, from finding a home inspector, connecting with the property manager, and every property is fully tenanted. Everybody is happy, the seller is happy, I am happy with the profit, and my buyer is also happy as her investment is working for her. So I got it from the seller at $132,000, and I sold it to the buyer for $145,000. So it's like $13,000 in 2 hours work.
That is amazing. And it just goes to show you, just like that, when you're able to connect the dots, you use your skill set, you absolutely can be able to do this business. And that's amazing you're able to do that first deal. Now, I know you were able to do a number of deals, and I take it that you're a self-starter. You're someone who doesn't need to be pushed to do things. You go out and make things happen. And I believe that's something that you've been able to do, not only just because that's who you are, but just being someone who understands the value of work and being able to get results done. I think that definitely is part of why you're successful. But having said that, you still decided to get mentorship. You still decided to join a mastermind so that you can level up and grow even further. Now, for someone who's a self-starter, you've already done deals. What was the value, in your opinion, as to why you got mentorship?
Yeah, I can say that before joining the mentorship, I already have I got a little traction or a grip on real estate investing. But yeah, I wanted to level up. I found that people in council are doing what I wanted to do. So instead of being a lone wolf and to avoid costly mistakes and to compress the time to reach the goal, I decided to join this elite group of people. And I'm so happy that everyone in this group is cooperating and helpful, and especially Ben Humble and the mentors. They are all selfless and they're great individuals. And one more thing, in investing in myself is another thing. Like, the more knowledge you get, the easier life can be.
You're absolutely right. The council has definitely really helped many people level up and be able to get into positions where they can now make decisions for how they want to spend their time. And, so thankful that you are one of those people who've been able to accomplish that. Now, I did mention that you are a licensed engineer, right? You definitely do really quality work. It's not a job that pays minimum wage, right? To be an engineer requires a level of skill set that also demands a really an above average salary in Canada. With that being said, You doing deals and knowing that, you can have that T4 income to continue to qualify for mortgages, and, it can really help you if you want to acquire rental properties. Why did you decide that now is the time to quit the job?
Yeah, I realized that while doing real estate on the side of my 9 to 5 job, I can get this much money, I can get knowledge and experience. And what more if I focus myself in this real estate full time? So, yeah, I decided I need to pull the trigger. I told myself, this is it. Enough of being in the rat race. Time to have more freedom.
And freedom definitely gives the opportunity to do more things. Obviously, like being locked down for 8 hours a day, take a lot of time out of a lot of time away from what you really want to do. So now that you have all that time back, how do you plan on spending it now that you don't have to report to work?
Oh, yeah. Being out of the 9 to 5 environment, I can basically do whatever I want now. No one can tell me what time I should take my lunch. No need to fill up the vacation forms and wait till your boss approve it. I can focus on my business now, and I will have more time with my family. I can also provide more value to other people who would like to play in this real estate game.
No, that's fantastic. So now when you go back, let's say you go back to when you first started, before you did that first deal in Timmins, what is something that you would have done differently with what you know now?
If I have to start over again, I guess I will be more proactive in my approach instead of just watching people do their magic. I will be reaching out to them and ask how they're doing those great accomplishments. I will never be a spectator again. I will try my best to be in the game, playing the game, and winning the game. That's what I will do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I really love that thought, because the truth is there are so many people that just watch everything go on. And the truth is they themselves can be a part of the game. Why be in the stands and see all the action, seeing everybody win, and not want to play a part in it? Right. And so I definitely believe that you got to take action. You got to step up and you got to make things happen. And there's something that I recently learned is that, the truth is when people say that they're afraid of failure, that's not necessarily what people are saying. What people are saying is they are afraid of the opinions of people when you fail, what people are going to think if you fail. But the truth is, you got to go out there. You're going to make mistakes. But if you learn and you grow and you keep going, you're going to get success. Now, let me ask you, Tom, did you do everything perfectly? Did everything go according to plan? Or were there things that you made mistakes on?
There will be mistakes along the way, but yeah, I those mistakes. Like, yeah, as an engineer, I have some planning ahead of everything. So yeah, I make it easy.
And but those things didn't stop you, right? You kept going, and even though you may not have went perfectly according to plan, even though every offer didn't get accepted, even though you may not have gotten all the deals in the world, you still took a level of action and were still able to get some deals that got you further than just watching and then doing nothing. And so I really want to highlight that, because Tom, for you to be able to have quit your job, you had to take a level of action in order to put yourself in a position to do that. And so for those who are listening to this podcast, I want you to take this from Tom's story. He didn't do anything that was special or beyond what anybody else can do. He just did the work. He showed up. He built his skill set. He got mentorship. He was around people who could empower him and help him do what he knows to do. And he was able to accomplish his goals. And so in likewise fashion, I want to encourage everybody who's listening today. If you're on social media, definitely get in touch with Tom. He's more than happy to help out. I know he's a super giving person, always looking to help out, because he's always doing that in our community. And so, Tom, before I let you go, I just wanted to ask you, what is one way people can connect with you? Say if they have any questions or they just want to learn from you and want to do what you've done, how do they get in contact with you?
Okay, Daniel, yeah, you're right. We need to take action to get the better results. So yeah, take action, take action, take action. So yeah, I'm more active in Facebook. Just search for Tom Dela Cruz, and not Tom Cruise, just Tom Dela Cruz. So yeah, you can find me there, and you can also find me on Instagram with handle investor_ENGR, investor_engineer. If anyone wanted to connect, feel free to reach out. I'm always available.
Absolutely. And we will put that contact information down below in the description. So if you ever want to reach out on Facebook or Instagram, you absolutely can do that. Tom, one last thing. If you wanted to just say one thing to those who are listening, if you just want to give them one piece, I know you said take action, but is there anything else that you want to share before we head out today?
Yeah, aside from taking action, just never give up. Focus on your goal and you can achieve it. And also try to connect with people. Don't be a lone wolf.
Don't be a lone wolf. That is so good. And you know what? This may sound very elementary, because the truth is, Tom, we've always heard this, don't give up, take action. But the truth is, how many of us can actually say when we are by ourselves, when we're laying at bed at night and we're thinking to ourselves, we're just by ourselves, can we really say that we take action? Can we really say that we don't give up? Because if we can really do that, then we know we're on the right track. But I want to challenge you. If you are not someone who can truly say, you don't have to say it to me. You know, in your heart of hearts, if you really take action and you really, really put forth the effort, if you do that and you do that consistently, you will absolutely be on the path to success. Because I've seen it through Tom Cruise. I've seen it through many other successful real estate investors. Yeah, I said Tom Cruise because you have done the mission impossible, which is to quit your job. And so, Tom, from me to you, thank you so much for being on today, and really, really looking forward to all that's next in your real estate journey. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Zero to Hero. I hope you took something out of it. Be sure to take action so that you can get results just like our guests that you've listened to today. Stay tuned for the next episodes, and we'll see you on the next one.